Assalamualaikum. Okay, so for today, we will discuss about another important tool in technical analysis that we call it as a pattern. After we have understand about the main component of technical analysis, which is trend lines and support and resistance, now we move on to the next one, which is pattern. For pattern, we can divide the pattern into two. First, continuation patterns. Second is reversal patterns. Okay, what make difference between continuation patterns and reversal patterns? First, continuation pattern give us a signal for the existing pattern or existing trend. Either it will continue or it will end. While for a reversal show us a signal that the existing trend will reverse to the new trend. Investor can use these two patterns to help us in making decisions. Okay, there are two situations whereas investor can use pattern. First, for a new investor, okay, if you have an intention to buy or to invest in certain stocks, so pattern can be used as a guideline for entry time. While for the existing investor, or if you already bought the stocks and you hold the stock for quite some time, this pattern will help us to make a decision either you want to hold the stock or you can sell the stock after a certain period of time. So for today, I will discuss first on the continuation pattern. Okay, as I mentioned just now, continuation pattern give us an advance warning when the stock price is likely to resume its current trend after a short consolidation period and how far the stock price is likely to move in the direction. Okay, if you still remember in trend line, we have discussed that price move in a zigzag. Okay, for in an uptrend, price will continue increase after a certain period of time. Normally, the price will take a break, whereas we call it as a pullback or as a correction. So during this pullback or during this correction, normally it will form a certain pattern. Okay, the candle or the price candle will form a certain pattern. So this pattern we can classify into a few types, and we can use this pattern as a signal for us to predict the uh, movement of the stocks in future. Okay, of course, continuation pattern are not infallible, but they do put the odds of success in the favor. Okay, we can use this pattern as our guide to monitor or to study or to analyze certain stocks. Okay, we will discuss about 6 types of continuation pattern. So for this video, I will try to discuss the first 3 pattern, which is pennants, flag, and wedges. Okay, let's look into the first pattern, which is pennant. Okay, so what is pennant? Pennants is a continuation pattern that forms as the price of a stock move into a tighter consolidation range. Okay. Pennant can be either bullish or bearish, depends on the existing trend before the pennant began to form. For example, if currently the price is uptrend and it takes a break, okay, make a correction, and those correction it look like a pennant, then we call it as a bullish continuation pattern. Okay, whereas if the current trend is a downtrend, okay, then the price make a correction. Those correction we will call as a bearish pennant continuation. Okay, so pennants normally appear or form in shorter period of time, maybe around 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. Okay, the formation of those pendant, what I meant. So as we know that certain correction, certain when price increase or decrease, they make a correction. So those correction normally takes about sometimes 1 week, or the longest around 3 weeks for a short term period of time. If more than that, we classified it into a different group of pattern. Okay, let's look into the characteristic of pennant. So there are 5 important point or important element we need to monitor, or we need to focus on the pennant formation. First is the resistance level, second support level, third flagpole. Okay, what these three characteristic? Okay, so the first one is resistance level. So resistance level is a level that the price try to break. Okay, it's one level of price. It almost similar to the support and resistance that we have discussed in previous topics. Okay, so these two important is this 2 point is important for us because it will signal whether the investor should buy or should sell the stock. Okay, later I will show you how we want to use this resistance and support in a pennant. Then flagpole. Okay, flagpole is the trend preceding the formation of the pennant. Okay, so the pole we measure, normally we measure the distance from the beginning of the trend to the highest of point before the pennant appear. Okay, so next is the breakout point. Breakout point, it either resistance level or a support level. Okay, so if the price break up the resistance level, so we can predict that the existing trend will continue upward or downward, depends on the trend. Whereas if the break the support level, so it signal us a reversal might be happen. Okay, last but not least is the price projection. So this one is really important either for bearish or bullish pattern. Okay, so this we try to make a prediction, or we try to make a projection. For example, in a bullish pennant, okay, so we try to make a projection how far the price will move after the completion of this pattern. Okay, so this how pennant look like. Okay, we have the 5 point that I mentioned before. So the first one, A point is the resistance line or the resistance level. Okay, B is the support level, C is the pole, D is the breakout, because this one is a bullish pennant, so they will break out the resistance and it will continue bullish, and the E is the projection point. So this projection point normally be measured by looking into the length or the distance of this pole. Okay, normally we predict price will move up. How depends on the movement in this pole before. Okay, so then we have so this is a bullish just now that I mentioned, and then we have also a bearish pennant. So bearish pennant normally is the other way around of bullish pennant. So bullish pennant happen in a uptrend, while a bearish pennant will happen in a downtrend. Okay, so for example in this one, so we can see that price increase and price make a correction. Okay, and we can see when we draw a line for this correction, so it looks like a pennant. So we know that once the pattern complete and the price break the resistance line, so it a signal that the existing trend will continue upward. So how are we going to use this pennant pattern to signal us to buy or to sell. Okay, for example, you have intention to buy this stock because you see there is a potential in this stock. And when you want to enter, so one of the point that you can enter when the price break the pattern. Okay, for example, this one, okay, you already missed the opportunity to buy earlier, and then you see that the price tend to move, create a pennant pattern. So you wait if the price break out this resistance or break out the pattern, the completion of the pattern, break out upward. So we can enter or we can buy the stock at this breakout point. And we predict that the price will increase as long or as similar to the pole. Okay, for example, if the pole is around 20 cent, so we predict we can set the target the price will increase around 20 cent before it makes another correction. Same goes to the bullish. Oh, sorry, same to the bearish. Okay, so that one, the first one is bullish. As our concern, to invest in stock, definitely we will look into a bullish stock only. We normally just ignore a bearish stock because we cannot make a short sell in our market. Okay, so the next one is flag. Flag is almost similar to the pennant. Okay, we still have a bullish and bearish, but the patterns a bit different, which is for flags, it look like a rectangle, but what make different between rectangle and flag is the time frame. Okay, flags similar to pennant, it form over a shorter period of time. Okay, so the characteristic of flag is similar to the pennant. They have 5 points. Okay, as we can see here. Okay, I would like to remind you that the flag pattern is not necessary. Sometimes it will be slanted a bit. Sometimes it will form just upward or what we call it as a parallel pattern. Okay, rectangle pattern. Okay, so this is the example of bullish. Okay, this is a bullish, this is bearish. So again, how are you going to use similar to the pennant? Okay, you can see here, this is example of flag, bearish flag. Okay, then third type of continuation pattern is wedges. Okay, so wedges, sometimes we normally investor or analysts may get confused between pennant and wedges. Okay, so what the main difference between wedges and pennant? Pennant will normally at the end of the day too, before the price break, they will complete the pattern. They will meet between the support and resistance. But for wedges, the price will not converge. Okay, at between the support and resistance. Okay, let's look how look like. Okay, this the characteristic is similar, 5 point. Okay. Okay, maybe this one. Okay, so for pennant just now, we can see that the pattern here, the resistance and support line will converge, will meet at the end. But when they want to break, but for wedges, the price or this resistance or this support line would not converge. Okay, they will break before the price converge. Okay, the strategy is similar. How we going to exploit this flag, pennant and wedges is similar. Okay, so if you plan to enter the market or the stock, we can buy if the price break the resistance. Okay, so I do hope you can try to find out a few example of those pattern in stock chart, existing stock chart. By I would like you to try, okay, go and have a look in chart nexus and find those type of pattern, and then we will discuss during the tutorial. Okay, so that's all for today. We will continue in next video. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.